Welcome back everybody to another video, and here we have the Lions taking on the Saints in the playoffs of the divisional round. Now the Saints, they do still have Jameis Winston. He's only a normal dev, so he's not going to really be too impactful. He's only 77 overall. He's not even top 32 ranked starting quarterback. And they got Alvin Kamara, who's going to be their best offensive player. He's going to probably dominate us, but I mean, he only has 89 speed, so we should be able to catch up to him. He shouldn't be too much of a problem, even though it says he's a 95 overall plus a 3, so 98. He's not going to be too much of a problem. And Michael Thomas, he's a problem. Our corners aren't necessarily too good, but Sauce Gardner should be able to guard him pretty well. He's a superstar dev, 92 overall. He's probably going to... okay, he is going to be a problem. That catching stats are really good, but on the defensive side, they still have Cam Jordan. He's 32, he's got an X factor, so our offensive line could potentially struggle, and we might need to scramble out a lot. Demario Davis, superstar dev. He's also 32, he's getting older, but Marshawn Lattimore, he's still 25, superstar dev, 90 overall. That defense is going to be a problem. But so is our offense and also our defense, because we have a top 5 ranked defense. And that's going to be a good hit by Jelani Tavai, showing exactly why we have a really good defense. And here's Jameis Winston's stats. Not too bad of a season, but definitely could have been better. I could have imagined him having a worse season, but he's their starter. They somehow made the playoffs, probably because of the man in the backfield, Alvin Kamara. So here we go, first play of the game, and Alvin Kamara gonna run it for about 3 yards. That's a solid little first run of the game. Nothing too big happening so far. Winston gonna change up some things. He's gonna throw it, and that's gonna be a catch by Michael Thomas, the veteran in the receiving corps who's had a really good career so far. Potentially a Hall of Famer, I don't know. He has to keep going at a good pace if he wants to make it. But he's gonna catch it. Actually, no. Oh, Callaway with the hurdle. Hurling the defender. I don't remember who that was, but he just showed his athleticism right there. Very nice play by him. But defense needs to get a stomp so we can get the ball rolling early. We do get ball at half, so that's good. And Alvin Kamara gonna run it, but he's getting nothing. He's getting nothing but a negative yard, as that is a loss of 1. Sauce Gardner with the tackle. There was just 3 Lions there. You're not running over 3 Lions, Alvin Kamara, just so you know. This isn't going to be easy for either team, as Alvin Kamara getting another catch for a good gain, but that's only going to gain about 6 yards. And that's not going to be enough for a first down yet. They're 3rd and 5. Will they get it? And he's going to look to throw. And that's going to be complete. He's going to get out. He's going to get out before the first down marker. So the Lions will be taking over on offense. And just unbelievable he couldn't get up the field. But the Lions are going to be going out on offense. Now this offense has been pretty interesting. DeAndre Swift has always been the best running back. Oh, he's been one of the best running backs in the league. But Jordan Love, he's been kind of up and down this season. He's had a decent amount of picks and a decent amount of touchdowns. A little bit close for my liking, but he's definitely played some good games and shown some flashes of being a future starter. Now I still don't know if I want to have him be my future quarterback. I'm the quarterback of the future, my franchise quarterback, whatever you want to call it. I'm not sure about him. I might have to look for a top 3 quarterback in the draft if he doesn't show me something before the offseason. He's managed to get us to the playoffs. And also DeAndre Swift, and also his receiving core, Chris Olave, John Ross, and DeMarcus Robinson. He's had a pretty good receiving core. They've all been really good, especially Chris Olave, as DeAndre Swift getting a solid run for a first down. But yeah, this offense has been carried by Chris Olave and DeAndre Swift. Both of those men have produced big numbers. Chris Olave gets about 120 receiving yards almost every game. And we're going to have to see if he can get that as Leonard Fournette powering through the defense, getting about 9 yards on that one. Now, Leonard Fournette's been a solid number 2 running back. I'm probably not going to keep him. That should have been a catch. DeMarcus Robinson just not holding on to it. That definitely should have been a catch by him. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 now. DeAndre Swift, the lone man in the backfield, he's going to get the handoff, and he's going to pick up enough for the first down. The offensive line getting a really good push right there. And that's just a good run. That's just a good play calling by the coordinator and the coach. But yeah, that's going to be a read option play, as that's Chris Olave picking up enough to get the 2nd and 1. Not quite enough for a first down, but nearly. So this team has produced a decent amount of yards this season. And speaking of decent amount of yards, DeAndre Swift tearing off a defender who potentially grabbed his face mask, but the refs don't want to call it. That's a great run by him. He's just a great athlete, and he's been really reliable, actually. And that's a good ball placement by Jordan Love, knowing the defender, aka the linebacker, was going to be there. So he threw it low and only to where his receiver could catch it. And he actually got down. DeAndre Swift's going to run it. He's going to get outside and down to the 3. What a run by him. He has been very reliable so far this game and could potentially kick it into the end zone for us if we decide to run again. And that's what we're going to do. And he's going to get into the end zone for the first score in the divisional round for the Lions. What a play and a drive for us. Anyways, defense forces a turnover, and Jordan Love, nobody open, but he's going to throw deep. What does he see? And he sees an interception by number 43. I don't know who that is, but that was intended for John Ross. Just a little underthrown. John Ross didn't quite get back to the ball, and it was just a group of defenders right there. Just a bad play. Jordan Love should have just scrambled out and chose not to do that, because that was a very stupid play. Nobody got open, as defense is allowing Alvin Kamara to get 4 yards. Nothing much. As long as it just doesn't keep getting repeated, we should be fine. And he's going to run it again. But Jamie Collins, the man himself, is going to get there and take him down with a big hit. Jamie Collins has been the leader and MVP, in my opinion, of this defense. He's been forcing a lot of fumbles. He's actually recently gotten a lot of picks. Now, he should have won Defensive Player of the Year if you were to ask me, but I am not controlling the awards. So he should have been a very good pick. That's going to be wide open to number 11, and that's going to get them way down the field to the other side, to the Lions side of the field, actually, I should say. And here we go, the Saints coming back out on offense, and they're going to run it again, but this time it's going to be with number 46, Prentice, their backup running back, and apparently their fullback, because he looks like one. And I looked at their depth chart, and he is actually their fullback. but that's going to be overthrown. That was potentially a pick if it was thrown on target, because the corner was there. And that's another thing. Our entire DB group has actually played pretty well against receivers in this league. We've gotten a decent amount of picks, and that one's going to be incomplete, intended for Troutman. But Romeo Aquara, or Julius Aquara, I don't know, they both were on this team. One of the Aquara brothers are going to force an incompletion, but that one's going to be intercepted. Defense did all that for nothing, except for our quarterback to throw an interception. Very unfortunate, but Jameis Winston's going to be looking to throw. He's going to scramble, but here comes Moore. Moore is going to take him down, and he's going to do the McGregor walk. He's walking on him like it's McGregor. And he's, Jameis Winston's trying to move him out the way. He's not going to be happy about that, of course. And, just a stop for the Lions. Lions managed to hold him to 4th and 8, and that one's going to be up, and it's incomplete. The kick is far right. What just happened? The Saints missed a field goal wide right, and out comes the Lions. Here comes Jordan Love, who has thrown 2 interceptions so far this game. That one deep pass, which he shouldn't have thrown, and that very unfortunate pick, trying to throw it to his receiver to the right. But DeAndre Swift gonna get around. He's gone. He could be gone, and he is. Give him 6. And that's gonna be a touchdown run by DeAndre Swift. What a play by him. This is just a magnificent run. Getting past the defenders, not letting them catch him. He is just a fast player, and now the new score, 14-3. Lions winning so far. Jameis Winston's going to find his man Callaway over the middle, and that's going to be a decent gain for a first down. At the 43-yard line is where they will start off again. And it looks like they're going to run it potentially. No. Winston fakes it. He throws it to Troutman, and Troutman gets down at about the 50. So they're at about half midfield. And it's 2nd and 4, so that wasn't enough for a first. Winston, the lone man in the backfield, and he's going to throw under for Prentice, and Prentice going to go down, but not after picking up a first down. Saints making a drive right now. Lions defense is not holding them very well. They're going to send a man in motion, and they're going to run it with Prentice, who's not going to go anywhere, as that's Aleem McNeil. Aleem McNeil has actually produced a decent amount this year. Gotten a couple of sacks, and just been a great overall player. And that's going to be complete to Callaway. Did he get over the line? And he did. So they're going to give him the first down. Jameis Winston's been lighting us up so far, and his receivers have not been letting him down either. It's going to be thrown to the left, and that's going to be Prentice. And Prentice going to hold on to the ball again. And that's going to be another first down. Winston already over 100 yards passing now. Could he look to throw it again? And he does. That's going to be over the middle to Kamara. The person missing the tackle, and that's going to be a New Orleans touchdown. And Alvin Kamara potentially might not have gotten that, but we're not going to challenge it because I don't want to waste a timeout. So we still have the lead, 14-10. DeAndre Swift getting it on a halfback screen, and there's 50 seconds left in the half, so we gotta hurry up. There's no time to waste here, as that's going to be thrown up to Olave. Olave's got the speed. He's gone. Touchdown before the half. In less than 20 seconds, we score a touchdown. Great job by Chris Olave to get past that safety. He's just too fast. He's got that 99 speed. That is exactly why we drafted him. For no other reason than to get that 99 speed, which we so desire. And at halftime, the score is going to be 21-13. Now, we aren't exactly lighting up the scoreboard in the stat sheet, but Tampa Bay is going to be going on to the championship. The winner of our game will face Tampa Bay in the NFC Championship. So it's either going to be New Orleans versus the Bucs or the Lions versus the Bucs. And the way it's going right now, I see it to be us, the Lions, taking on the Bucs. That's going to be thrown. That's going to be a catch by DeMarcus Robinson. Now, it feels a little faster like Chris Olave, say. Jordan Love probably could have hit that for a touchdown. Jordan Love breaking off a sack. And I don't know what happened. I mean, the defender didn't really touch Jordan Love that much. But Jordan Love just can't hang on to the ball and then fumbling. But luckily, our offensive lineman came up and picked that ball up. Yeah, the defender wasn't really close. So I don't know why Jordan Love dropped that ball. But that's going to be a catch over the middle by Chris Olave. Chris Olave, I don't know how many yards he has right now, but he definitely might be close to getting that 100-yard mark again. He averages about 100 yards a game. So I'm going to imagine he's going to get 100 yards, but DeAndre Swift getting lit up after hurdling a defender. And that's not going to be enough for a first down. But we're trusting DeAndre Swift to get the first down, but he's not going to get it. He gets stuck behind his freaking offensive lineman for some reason, because momentum. But we're going to go back out on defense as the Lions need to stop him here. We stop him here and score. That could potentially mean game. But Michael Thomas isn't going to allow us to just stomp on them that easy. He's going to put up a fight. He's a fighter. He has been one of the best receivers in this era and certainly will not stop being that good receiver. Yeah, words. But anyways, they are making a solid drive down the field, and it's 2nd and 5 right now. All they need is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie this game back up. Lions need to stop. And Winston going to survey the field. He's going to scramble out. Who could he be looking for? And he's going to get Troutman. Troutman down to the 6-yard line. The Lions defense is holding back right now for some reason. They are not playing the way they usually play. And they're allowing the Saints offense to get somewhere. They're going to run it with Prentice. And they're going to give him the touchdown. Doesn't look like a touchdown. The refs might be in the Saints' favor today. They might be in the Saints' favor after that Rams playoff screw over. Because it didn't look like it, but Michael Thomas is going to catch it and tie the game at 21 apiece. That was Jeff Okuda with the coverage. It was good coverage. Michael Thomas just made a heck of a play. And DeAndre Swift not going to get any. Actually, he's going to gain about 1 yard. But that's actually about it. Now, we're only in the 3rd quarter, so we ain't got to worry as much. But we're just going to check it down to Swift. And that's going to be about 2-yard gain. 3rd and 7 now. If we don't score here, and the Saints do, this could potentially be game. Well, we throw a pick. Jordan Love. It's moments like those that make me wonder if we should get a new quarterback. I start to wonder because him making plays like that should not have been an interception. but it was. The defender was behind the receiver, but somehow, some way, it was intercepted. But Jameis Winston gonna get sacked. Trey Flowers is gonna make it 4th and 10. They're gonna try to kick a field goal. Last time they kicked it, they didn't quite make it. It was wide right. This one's gonna be up, and that one's gonna be for sure through the uprights. Not wide right this time. So anyways, we gotta get down the field. Nearing the end of the 3rd quarter, as that's another nice run by DeAndre Swift. DeAndre Swift has been a playmaker this game. He scored about like a 60-yard touchdown, I believe, earlier in the game. But it might not have been 60 yards. It probably was. But it was a really, really long rushing touchdown that he managed to do. And it was actually a really nice play, as that's almost going to be caught by Demarcus Robinson, but he cannot manage to hold on to the ball. So it's going to be 3rd and 9. We need a big, big play here to open up this drive. Who will make that big play? And that's going to be going up, and Demarcus Robinson cannot quite get over to it. 4th and 9. But the Lions are not going to hold back. You're going to be playing it risky, as it's going to be a pass play. That's going to be thrown up. Chris Olave breaks free. He's got the speed. No way. Touchdown on 4th and 9. And the whole team's got to get in on this one, as that was a heck of a play by Chris Olave. Not only to catch it, but to break free from the tackle. Look at this. He caught it. He broke away from number 28's tackle and manages to outspeed the defenders and score a touchdown to give us back the lead, 28-24. Now it's only a 4-point game, but Troutman not gonna let us walk on them easily, as he's gonna get down into the red zone already. That's a 38 yards catch, I believe. But that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, as put them 4s up as we are going into the 4th quarter. This could be for all the marbles right here. The Saints are already in the red zone, but the defense needs to step up here as we go into the 4th quarter, starting it off with a run. As you can see, we've only allowed 35 rushing yards today. Alvin Kamara has not seen much playing time since the end of the 1st half, as Prentice has appeared into the game, as he is going to get a little run of a couple yards. That's going to make it 3rd and 4 here. This is everything. They need a touchdown to get the lead, and a field goal would only bring them within 1 single point of the lead, or of a tie. And as Jameis Winston gonna run it, and he's gonna get into the end zone. That's gonna give them the lead. So now we're down by 3. With 7 minutes left in the game, DeAndre Swift's gonna run it again. He's gonna gain about 7 yards, I presume. And he's already got 144 rushing yards so far. He's had a heck of a game. It's just our defense has not managed to stop the Saints offense ever since around, I believe, the 2nd quarter. The Saints offense has just been piling it on our defense all game, and our defense just hasn't been able to hold on. But our offense has been managing to stick with them, as that's going to be thrown and dropped by Demarcus Robinson, as that's actually knocked out. And Demarcus Robinson showing a little effort in trying to catch that, but nothing to worry about, as we're going to go back out to pass. That's going to be to the flats to DeAndre Swift. He's going to break some ankles, but get out of bounds. And that's going to be 3rd and 3. So Jordan Love, does he have the clutch gene in him? He's going to look to throw it. That's deep. And that's Chris Olave. Chris Olave with another touchdown. Another clutch touchdown reception. Sending him, Jordan Love's hot routing him to a streak. Makes him wide open. Just throwing it to the outside to make sure that safety doesn't pick it off. Just a great decision by Jordan Love to make him run a streak. That was probably a great and wise choice by him. But that's going to be thrown to Prentice, who gets out. 5 minutes left in the game. 2nd and 5. Here we go. Defense needs something big. They need to have a great stop. With Prentice, he's filling in for Kamara right now, and he's not going to stop and just beg for mercy. Because we're up by 4. And the Saints need a touchdown to get this lead, because a regular old field goal ain't going to do it this time, as he's going to get hit hard by Sauce Gardner. But they're going to get down to the 12. And that's number 11. I don't know his name, but number 11 going to catch that one for a decent gain. Here we go. Saints in the red zone. Could they potentially score a touchdown and get the lead back? Winston going to survey the field. And that one's intended for number 89. But it was knocked out by the defender. I don't remember who that defender was, but he certainly knocked it out and saved us from having to score another touchdown. Winston going to scramble out. He's running. And oh, what a hit! Winston could have broke his neck right there, but luckily he didn't. Thank God he didn't break his neck right there, as that would have been terrible. And it looks like they're going to pass it again, and that's going to be incomplete. Prentice, it hits his hand, but it was just too strong of a throw. Winston just couldn't manage his strength right there, as they're going to pass it again, because Winston, the lone man in the backfield, going to look to pass it, but that's intercepted. Moore with the pick. That could have potentially saved the game, as it has. The Lions going to advance to face the Buccaneers in the NFC Championship. What a playoff game. Of course, Jordan Love having that clutch gene in him, passing for several touchdowns to another man with clutch genes. That man right there, Chris Olave. Chris Olave has been probably one of our best draft picks in this entire franchise so far. Of course, we've only had one draft class so far, but we're about to come up on our second one. Also, DeAndre Swift. We've had a bunch of good players this game. Jordan Love's been great. Chris Olave's been extra great. DeAndre Swift, he brought it up to another level. And speaking of another level, Jameis Winston throwing for 300 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 pick. Obviously, that pick being the last one of the game, but Jordan Love had a pretty rough game. I mean, he threw for almost 270 yards, 264 on the day, 3 touchdowns, but 3 picks, unfortunately. Yeah, I would say some of those are my fault, maybe like 1 or 2, but the others were probably either the game or just Jordan Love. Yeah, if we could only get a good quarterback. I mean, Jordan Love might not be the future of this team. I might have to look for one in the draft, but DeAndre Swift is certainly a future of this team. 179 yards and 2 touchdowns. Crazy game from him. 23 attempts. Crazy. Yeah, their fullback. Adam Prentice, their fullback. Jameis Winston getting 32 yards and a touchdown. I don't know why they sacked Kamara. He probably got hurt or something. Kamara only getting 3 yards this entire game. Not what I expected. I personally would have started my X Factor running back if I had one. But of course, DeAndre Swift is not an X Factor. So, Adam Prentice, Chris Olave, 200-yard receiving game. 3 touchdowns. Crazy. I would never have believed Chris Olave could get a 200-yard receiving game until now. I've always thought he was around that 100-yard mark guy. But no, 200 yards in the freaking playoffs. Yeah, the Saints had a bunch of players with about 30 to 40 receiving yards, but Demarcus Robinson, 37 receiving yards. Obviously, all the targets mostly going to Chris Olave, but that's because he got open and he's just fast. And Chris Olave and Demarcus Robinson are really only our top 2 receivers right now. We might have to look to improve at that position, but yeah, definitely something we could look at in the draft. Another receiver. We got Aleem McNeil, Trey Flowers, CJ Moore. All of those guys came in clutch and got themselves a sack. CJ Moore played pretty good today. Aleem McNeil played pretty good. All these guys played really good. The defensive line is always a strength of ours, but Aleem McNeil is only a rookie. That's something you love to see. Really do. But Dean Marlowe getting the pick. I thought it was Moore getting the pick, but no. He was number 38. But yeah, Dean Marlowe. He's got the ice in his veins because he got that pick, and it saved us big time. Now, if you have enjoyed the video, I only ask one thing of you. If you could just go down below, like, subscribe, even leave a comment who you think we should draft, and have an awesome day. Peace out.